Okay, for lesson 3, I want you to try the first couple steps here. So again, x minus 10 and x plus 4 are not factorable, so we can go straight into domain restrictions as well as LCD. So I want you to pause the video and go ahead and try both of those before continuing. All right, so you should have already figured out that domain restriction-wise, we're back to x this time, we cannot have values at 10 or at -4. And again, I'm going to highlight that so when we're all said and done here, we know to come back and look at those values because that's going to be the problem points. If they're part of our solution, they will not work. All right, and then as far as LCD, because there's no common factors and we couldn't break it down any, our LCD is just x minus 10 and x plus 4. All right, so next step is to multiply by the LCD on both sides. So over here, x minus 10, x plus 4. And then on the right, same thing, x minus 10, x plus 4. And again, we're looking, the reason we do that is because we want the fractions to cancel out. So the x minus 10s go over here, the x plus 4s go over here. And for this one, we do have 2 binomials left on each side, so we do have to FOIL or box. So for the left-hand side, we get x squared minus 1x plus 4x minus 4. And that will equal x squared minus 10x plus 6x minus 60. Now, again, the good news, so there's kind of a trade-off here. On the last one, we didn't have the FOIL or the box, but we had to solve a quadratic. In this one, we had to FOIL, so we had to do a little bit more work there. But notice the first thing I would do to start solving this is move, well, let's combine like terms first. Clean this up a little bit, and then we'll talk about what's going to happen next. Negative 1x plus 4x will give me 3x minus 4. X squared here, negative 10x and 6x will give me negative 4x. Now, maybe I already sparked what's going to happen next. You already figured it out. But at this point, because I have things on both sides, I need to either get the equation to equal 0, or hopefully you've noticed that the first thing you would do is move the x squared term to the left to keep it positive. But what happens is they cancel. So the trade-off is that in this case, even though I had to do more work to FOIL, that all kind of nullified because now I won't have to factor. I'm going to be down to a single x as I keep solving. So we'll get 3x minus 4 equals negative 4x. Don't drop that negative. Minus 60. I'm going to add over the 4x. So we get 7x minus 4 equals negative 60. Then we can add over the 4. So we'll get negative 60 plus 4, not negative 6. 7x equals negative 56. Divide both sides by 7. And we get negative 8. Now, again, before I box that in, I want to go back up and check with our highlight here. Our excluded values were positive 10 and negative 4. Good news, negative 8 is not one of those numbers, so that is our solution for example 3.